to live on helium, man.
Can you hear the bad movie that's coming out of my mouth?
I don't know why I keep talking like this.
Same time, man. I don't know you. Same time.
Yeah, man. Boy, Rush Hour 3. They had to go and make a third one. Now, this one is about, well, shit, I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's about these two guys who you saw in two other movies getting back together to blow shit up.
It's basically like a Hope and Crosby movie just for now.
Except with a black guy and an Asian guy.
Yeah. Always before it's been like a white cop and something else. So this time they say, hey, we'll just have two something else. How about that?
Oh, this movie's innovative then.
I said that with the first one.
The plot is once again loosely something messed up from Jackie Chan's past is coming back to mess with police stuff going on now, and them being friends and then not being friends, then becoming friends again and beating everybody up. It's the exact same story as the other.
Yeah,
story.
and it doesn't matter because they just said we need to get these guys back together and make some money.
Now, is it just me, or while watching this movie, did you get the distinct impression that Chris Tucker was playing Corey with a high voice? He was playing by the Corey playbook. It's like, hey, man, we're in Paris. Yeah, we're going to get laid, right? No, we're going to solve this crime, and we're going to get laid, right? No, we're gonna go to this club. There's going to be women there, right?
Look, Carla, I would take umbrage of that if that weren't true.
That is correct.
Very true. Man, I can't deny it either because that's exactly what I'd be doing. As a matter of fact, Chris Tucker's a better man than I am because I'd be like, fuck this mystery. I'm going to get laid.
There's going to be white girls there, right?
You want to solve this mystery? Find the mystery of the missing piece of ass. No, that's funny because they really did just say we got to make some money off this Chinese man, this Negro again because that's new. This movie it started real quick. And they immediately started fighting. You didn't really know what the story was about. All you know is that there's some guy who was supposed to be Jackie Chan's brother, and they're not getting along. And then they go through a bunch of stuff, blow up stuff, go through a car wreck. Boom, movie's over.
They don't even attempt to make the plot make sense or congeal in any real way. There's scenes where people are just conveniently someplace to move the plot along, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
Why are you guys spending so much time talking about the plot? That's not the important thing in this movie.
Because that's the funniest part of the movie.
No, in fact, do you remember... Do you guys remember at the end of the second Rush Hour movie where they were going through, the clips at the end, like all the boffed lines and everything that went wrong on the set? And there's that bit where Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan throw the guy out of the building, and Chris Tucker leans over and goes, "You're not going to be in Rush Hour 3." And everybody laughed because like there's really going to be Rush Hour 3. Well, they went into this movie with that attitude. They're like, all right, so we're making a Rush Hour 3. Let's just have fun with it. And I actually enjoyed this movie, and I enjoyed it for being fun. No, it's goddamn ridiculous to the whole movie, but it's a lot of fun. All the parts that don't work are the story elements where they're trying to move a plot along. Everything that does work are the action scenes and the comedy scenes because they were really funny. There's even points where they make fun of themselves, where they make fun of what Cyrus was talking about. They joke about the fact that, we've got to have Lee and Tucker's character, whose name Tucker and Jackie Chan. We have to have them separate and not be friends anymore. And so they play this sappy song that we're all cracking up to.
That was funny.
It was practically like they were playing Chicago with Peter Cetera.
Okay.
It was ridiculous, but it was funny.
Carlisle, I never like to agree with you, but I have to this time. I mean, I went in with low expectations. I expected like it to just be terrible, which I'm like, hey, this is not a good movie, but I did have a fun time in it, and mostly because of Chris Tucker. I mean, Jackie Chan was pretty much sleeping through this movie. I mean, before especially with the first movie, he really showcased his kung fu. Now that Jackie Chan's like 50 or 50 something, he's doing more scamper fu. He ain't fighting nobody. All he's doing is just like, crawling away from people and trying to block them with chairs. Don't hit me.
That's true. No, Jackie Chan is like, there's a small space for me to crawl under. Yeah. I'm out again.
But Chris Tucker was like going overtime to like carry the movie. And, I mean, they didn't write a whole lot of funny stuff for him to say, but he's got a delivery that to me is funny. That he can deliver shit when he has to.
There's that great scene where they do Who's on First, except with Chinese guys,
right?
And he makes it funny.
That scene is not funny to me.
I gotta agree with you. I didn't think it was all that funny either. I thought most of this movie wasn't that funny. Jackie Chan looks embarrassed to be there, and I would be too, quite frankly, at that point. He's not doing any of his own stunts anymore, at least most of them. I mean, there's so many blatant edit cuts that you're like, well, why even watch a Jackie Chan movie if he's not doing his own stunts? I can't help but think once again of Chris Tucker being the most obnoxious human being on earth. If there was anyone actually like that, you would so totally forcibly remove that guy from a party. You know you would. You would take him within 5 minutes and beat the crap out of him and kick his ass out into the front yard if he came to your party.
That's what makes him work. I mean, he's like the living Daffy Duck. If Daffy Duck could be a human being, he would be Chris Tucker.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Well, okay, I can see that.
All that being said, it does have a neat thing in the third act. The final confrontation in the Eiffel Tower is actually, I got to say, kind of cool. There's some cool action in it. You actually get to see Chris Tucker. You get
I know
to
we
see,
all look alike.
You get to you get to see Chris Tucker. All Chris's look alike. That's the problem. You get to see Chris Tucker heavily edited, beating the crap out of some guys finally by himself, and you're like, oh, okay, well, you get that at least. There's some nice like vertigo shots of fighting high in the air and some genuinely funny moments there, but then it just quickly goes right back into, oh yeah, we're in a really bad movie.
Yeah, and I have to say that this is a really bad movie with some very entertaining moments. I mean, Chris Tucker made me laugh at times. Chris Tucker I found embarrassing sometimes. There were some moments in the movie where the action was really good. I mean, there are some very cool action scenes in this movie. There's some good car chases, but that's settled down by a lot of bad cliches. I mean, this movie is very predictable, and I know we always say that, well, sometimes people just want to see that, but really, after seeing the way this movie ended, it's like they didn't give a damn.
Yeah, by the end, it was just a big joke. But no, I just didn't mind that.
I do mind. I mean, it like I said, the movie's entertaining. The movie is fun, but not that entertaining when they just know that, hey, we don't really have to put an effort into this. We just know that we can cash in on stupid people.
And it's no more ridiculous than the last Die Hard.
This movie is very much a number 3. This is exactly like almost every third movie we've been seeing, in which it's like, you know what? Let's cash in on not just let me start that over again. This movie is very much let's play upon the audience's love of these characters and just screw around with it. And for that, it works. It's very almost nostalgic, like, yes, I remember how much I enjoyed Rush Hour 2. This is not Rush Hour 2. Well, I enjoyed it. I will not even try to compare this to Rush Hour 2. It is silly. It is goddamn ridiculous, but I had some fun with it.
Well, the thing is, I knew people were going to bring up, like, why do you give all these other movies matinee, and why are you going to be down this movie? In a movie like this, it doesn't have the special effects to justify it really being seen on the big screen. I mean, there are some cool stunts, but this is not a big budget summer movie except for paying these guys paychecks. There's no big explosion. There's no robots. There's no Chris Tucker jumping on a jet.
I beg to differ. Chris Tucker is not a living man. that is Negro Bot 3000, my friend.
Nobody could be that obnoxious and actually function biologically.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Obnoxious people work in movies.
No.
In movies, you want to see obnoxious people. You like to see how people react to the obnoxious people.
No.
It's just in real life, when you have a problem with them.
Now, see, I think that the problem is Tucker takes those moments that, like Eddie Murphy used to play when he played that obnoxious character that actually worked for effect. I mean, he chose to play that character, get what he wanted, but he was playing a role. Whereas in here, this is who the Chris Tucker character actually is. He would have been shot to death by the time he was 16.
I know, that's awesome.
No, it's not. Because I had to call it, and I'm not doing this because I'm divided between you two. I don't think it's as bad as you do, and I don't think it's as funny as you guys. I mean, the movie's lazy, and there's no excuse for that for me in a film. But you mentioned how people are obnoxious in movies sometimes, and you don't really stand for it. I mean, you like Chris Tucker, that's fine. I mean, but
yeah, he's
I
funny.
can understand how you could find him like obnoxious, because there was a point in this movie where these two guys, I mean, jokes were getting so lazy, they might as well just stop the movie and have them both go like, "You're black. No, you Asian. No, you black. You Asian. You eat chicken. No, you eat rice, man."
Hey now. Stand-up comedians have been making money off that for 20 years.
But at least it was something like black people do this, like white people dance like this. Black in this movie, just kind of like, you Asian, you black. You know what I mean? That's all it pretty much was after a while.
But it wasn't just that. I mean, this movie, like movies usually tend to stay away from even going near any kind of racial, like divide.
No, they don't.
And this movie just played into the slide of it. And even like the whole thing with the French versus American. I mean, come on, George the cab driver.
I mean, again, these are riding off jokes that everybody's aware of. I mean, they're not that
Old
hard.
jokes. I
Yeah,
mean, there was one moment that they were actually cutting edge in a way that wasn't funny early on when they say, so, you arrested a bunch of Middle Eastern people, a bunch of Iranians, and kept them in jail for a week. Why? I thought they were terrorists. Why? Because they were Middle Eastern.
No,
and then we're supposed to laugh and go, oh, I could have done that.
no, don't get.
I did that last week.
Yeah, but you know,
Who hasn't arrested a van full of Middle Easterners these days?
yeah, you know, I see a Middle Eastern person coming on the plane, I'm getting a parachute and jumping out.
sure.
I
You
bring a
call.
parachute. I bring parachutes on planes now just because of that.
Sure,
I know you got on planes there, B.A. Baracus.
I mean, I admit, I got Jack Bauer's number on my speed dial. But that's all I'm saying.
And I'm not even being racist here. If Leon walked into a plane with a turban, you know, I'm scared. All right, any brown person. I look in the mirror with a rag on my head after I get out the shower. I'm nervous. I'm like, damn, you got a bomb.
I always take the cash out of my wallet before I come over here.
Well, I don't blame you because if you got enough, I'm gonna rob your ass. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. The racial humor in this is sometimes very funny, sometimes it's very lazy, and that's what this movie flip flops between.
Wait, are you saying that this wasn't directed to the hilt by epic film director Brett Ratner, the man who brought us X3?
Well, you know, I thought X3 was
Dude,
actually
X3 is not his worst movie. Come on,
Yeah.
stop bagging on.
Yeah,
it.
it's not that
What's his
bad.
worst movie?
Rush Hour 2.
Rush Hour 2 was a lot of fun.
Rush Hour 2 was worse than X-Men 3. I
Wait,
mean,
so are you saying that Rush Hour 2, that this film is better than Rush Hour 2?
what, this movie?
Yes.
I'm saying slightly better, yeah. Yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I actually had a good time. I'm just saying,
I probably enjoyed it a little bit better than Rush Hour 2.
yeah, I did. I did too. I mean,
I don't
just a
even
little bit.
remember Rush Hour 2 at this point. I mean,
you know
come
what?
on.
Jesus, what am I talking about? I don't either.
What do you remember what happened in Rush Hour 2?
I'm just up here to answer your question. I don't know. I can't tell you what the hell happened in Rush Hour 2.
You know what's going to happen is Rush Hour 2 is going to come on TNT, and we're going to somehow all watch it and go like, wow, it's a much better movie than I remember.
I remember it being a good movie. I can remember everything about that. It was a fun movie. It was better than the first.
No,
and
it
it's
wasn't.
better than this one.
No, it's not better than
Well, no, I do remember this, and this is why I don't remember the movie.
Kiss is just a kiss.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
When
As
when I
time goes by.
when I walked out of Rush Hour 2, I do remember thinking that's some bullshit, and that's why. You want to ask me what I remember about Rush Hour 2? Is that
It was some old
'Cause I
bullshit.
remember my favorite moment of Rush Hour 2 was in the outtakes with Don Cheadle saying, "It's Lee, goddammit!"
What was Don Cheadle? But Don Cheadle was in Rush Hour 2?
Don
Well,
Cheadle,
you don't even remember
Don Cheadle had a
that.
cameo.
I don't remember that
and when they
either.
showed, when they went back through the outtakes, Chris Tucker flubbed his line like 6 times, calling Jackie Chan Jackie, and Don Cheadle got pissed off. It was like, "It's Lee, goddammit!"
You wonder why you don't see
I
Chris.
do remember that.
Well, you wonder why you don't see Chris Tucker in anything else anymore but these movies. The guy may be that character.
No, there's a reason for that. That has nothing to do with his acting.
Oh, all
We
serious.
got all serious.
Oh!
Speaking from the Chris Tucker Foundation, I'd like to correct you on that
It's
fact.
something that's not going to work in well to a review.
I know.
Now, somebody answer me this, and I don't know if this is true. Somebody told me that Chris Tucker is possibly the highest paid actor for being in this movie. I don't know if that's true. I'm asking.
I wouldn't be surprised. He pretty much gave up acting.
And they lured him back in because they said, we got a lot of money for you.
Yeah, more than likely. It was like, we can't make a Rush Hour movie without Chris Tucker because Cuba Gooding is taking Daddy Daycare.
I didn't realize Chris Tucker had ever started acting.
Well, oh, man.
Come on, Jackie Brown.
See, man, this is why you
Okay,
piss
fair
me
enough.
off because you cream all over those goddamn Shanghai Noon movies, and you know.
No, I didn't. I
Owen
liked the
Wilson
first one.
fucking sucks.
I only like the first one. Come on, give me a break.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Man, Shanghai Don or whatever that shit
Shanghai
was.
Dawn.
Shanghai bullshit was so much worse than all three of Rush Hours put
Exactly.
together.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I've got to back these guys out this time.
All I know is Chris Tucker was in Africa talking about, no, I'm on a mission here to save the people. We got so many millions of dollars for you. Rush Hour 3. I'm there, man! Where's my plane ticket?
Let me make a joke about fried chicken.
You Africans will be all right. These flies ain't going nowhere. I'll be right back.
You Africans understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
You don't? Well, that's fine. I'm gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Yoink.
I'm taking a check.
See, African people got paid like this. Hey, where's my money? And black people from LA get paid like this. Yes, I will do Rush Hour 3. Thank you very much.
No, it's
Hey man, screw you. I love Chris Tucker.
no. Look,
I
like
enjoy him too.
No, I like Chris Tucker too. Chris Tucker makes me laugh. I'm just saying the humor in this movie. This movie's halfway lazy, halfway funny. I don't and that makes me say I'm borderline matinee, but I'm saying DVD.
Okay, you know what? I'm in a good mood. It blew past my expectations. It blew past my expectations, which were low. So I'm gonna say matinee.
I'm a DVD guy.
I'm a matinee.
All right.
A firm matinee.
See, Cyrus, black people like Rush Hour like this, and white people like Rush Hour like that.
And black people like Rush Hour. And white people like Shanghai Noon.
That's true.
We like our Jackie Chan with a black guy. And white guys like Jackie Chan with a white guy.